Hello and welcome to this beginner's guide to creating RESTful web services with Spring. In this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of REST and walk through creating a simple RESTful web service using the Spring framework. To get started, let's first define what we mean by REST. REST stands for Representational State Transfer and is an architectural style for building web services. RESTful web services use HTTP or HTTPS as their communication protocol and leverage the HTTP verbs get, post, put, delete, etc. to perform CRUD, create, read, update, delete operations on resources. Now that we have a basic understanding of what RESTful web services are, let's move on to creating one using Spring. First, we'll need to set up our development environment with the necessary tools. For this tutorial, we'll be using Spring Tool Suite STS, an Eclipse-based development environment that provides a comprehensive set of tools for developing Spring-based applications. Once we have our development environment set up, we'll begin by creating the new Spring Boot project using the Spring Initializer. The Spring Initializer is a web-based tool that allows us to quickly create a new Spring Boot project with the necessary dependencies and configuration files. We'll need to add the following dependencies to our project: Spring Web, Spring Data JPA, and TWO database. For this tutorial, we'll be using an in-memory TWO database. Once we have our project set up with the necessary dependencies, we can start creating our RESTful web service. First, we'll need to define the entity we want to expose through our web service. In this tutorial, we'll be creating a to-do entity with a few simple fields titled, description, and done. Next, we'll create a Data repository interface that extends the repository interface from Spring Data JPA. This will allow us to easily perform CRUD operations on our to-do entities using methods like save, findle, findbyid, and deletebyid. Now that we have our to-do entity and repository defined, we can start creating our RESTful web service. We'll begin by creating a Data controller class that will handle incoming HTTP requests and return the appropriate response. With our Data controller class defined, we can now define the endpoints for our web service. We'll create endpoints for creating a new to-do, retrieving a list of all to-dos, retrieving a single to-do by it, updating an existing to-do, and deleting a to-do. Finally, we'll start up our Spring Boot application and test our RESTful web service using a tool like Postman. We should be able to create new to-do entities, retrieve them by it or all at once, update existing to-dos, and delete them. And that's it. We've successfully created our first RESTful web service with Spring. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and feel confident in your ability to create your own RESTful web services using Spring. Thanks for watching and happy coding!